Students अभी सारे आ गए
ऑनलाइन है स्टूडेंट बाकी जो नहीं वो
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन आई एम डॉक्टर कमल from pathology department ठीक है okay I'm Dr. Kamal from pathology department so welcome back you all guys hope you all are fine we are starting our new unit that is male genital system so my dear student in the male genital system we have to cover two topics one is testes and other is prostate okay so today we will discuss about the testicular lesion and especially the testicular neoplasm okay so before going to testicular neoplasm, we must know about the normal anatomy of a testis. The testis is the male gonad. It is homologous with the ovary in female. It lies obliquely within the scrotum, suspended by the spermatic cord. The left testis is slightly lower than the right, and the size of a normal testis is about 3.75 into 2.5 into 1.8 centimeter. And normal testes weighing about 10 to 15 grams. Okay, so now the overview of testicular cancer is the cancers of the testes are relatively rare cancers, accounting for approximately 1% cancers in male. However, it is important field of oncology that it represents a highly curable neoplasm. So, my dear student, as far as your exam point of view, the classification of testicular neoplasm is very important. It is frequently asked in your viva. It can be asked in your SCQ. So you must prepare a proper classification of testicular neoplasm. So we follow the WHO classification of testicular neoplasm. According to the WHO classification of testicular neoplasm, the testicular cancers are divided into two groups. So one is germ cell and the other is non-germ cells. The germ cells tumors are further divided into seminomatous tumor and the non-seminomatous tumor. Okay? So keep in your mind that testicular cancers are divided into two, the germ cells and the non-germ cells. Then the germ cells are divided into two groups, the seminomatous tumor and the non-seminomatous tumor. Okay? Then the seminomatous, we can divide into two groups because on the basis of their prognosis. Anyone can ask by you that why you are classifying this tumor. We are classifying this tumor into two groups, the germ cells because the, sorry. Okay, so we are dividing the testicular tumor into the germ cells tumor having a bad prognosis comparatively to the non-germ cell tumor because most of the non-germ cell tumors are a benign tumor. Okay, and in a germ cell tumor, the seminomatous tumor having a good prognosis as comparison to the non-seminomatous tumor. Okay, if anyone asks why you are classifying, then you have a reply that you must say that there is a difference in a prognosis. The seminomatous tumor having a good prognosis. Okay. Now, the seminomatous tumor contains seminoma and the spermatocytic tumor. And the non-seminomatous tumor group includes embryonal carcinoma, yolk sac tumor, teratoma, choriocarcinoma, and the mixed tumor. Mixed tumor means the combination of all these tumors. Okay. So now the predisposing factor or a risk factor for the development of the testicular neoplasm. The most commonest cause is the cryptorchidism. Then Klinefelter syndrome, positive family history, positive personal history, intratubular germ cell neoplasia, trauma, viral infection, and hormonal factor. These all are the risk factor for the development of the testicular neoplasm. And along with this, there is a genetic mutation, especially on chromosomes 12p. The short arm of the chromosomes 12p show mutation in most of the testicular neoplasm, especially the germ cell neoplasm. So now, the continuation of risk factor. So, my dear student, you have to prepare a topic of cryptorchidism. Okay, cryptorchidism can be asked in your viva. Cryptorchidism can be asked in your OSPE. Explain the cryptorchidism. What is the morphology of cryptorchidism? So you must know about the cryptorchidism. Cryptorchidism is basically a term which means that there is an undescended testes. Failure of a testes to go downward from the abdomen into the spermatic cord. And this the cause is still unknown, but maybe it is due to hormonal effect. And the morphology of cryptorchidism is very, very important. Anyone can be asked. Grossly, the cryptorchidism is associated with atrophy of the testes. Okay, grossly there is atrophy of the testes, and microscopically, the cryptorchidism in a cryptorchidism, the testis shows there is a thickness of the basement membrane, thickened basement membrane, and there is absence of a spermatogenesis. You must keep in your mind that atrophy of the testes in a postpubertal male, and along with the other thickness of the basement membrane, there is an absence of a spermatogenesis. So now, the chances of a testicular neoplasm is increases with cryptorchidism, not only in the unilateral testes, but also in a bilateral testes. And the study says that 7 to 10% of patients with testicular cancers have a history of cryptorchidism, and 5 to 10% of patients with testicular cancers and a history of cryptorchidism develop cancers in the contralateral testes. Okay, okay. So till now we know about the classification of testicular neoplasm and the risk factor of testicular neoplasm. Okay. Now the presentation or a clinical feature. Generally, as a combine, the testicular neoplasm is presented with a painless swelling or mass with or without hydrosis. 30 to 40% reported with the dull sensation and 10% present with the metastatic symptoms. Gynecomastia. 5 to 10% of 5 to 10% shows gynecomastia is associated with germ cell tumor and with the 5 to 10% with the Sertoli cell tumor, and 1 to 10% shows the and 1 to 2% have a bilateral disease at diagnosis. Okay. Now more common on the right side. Sorry. So now the TNM classification of testicular tumor. The TX stands for the primary tumor cannot be assessed, and T not is associated with no evidence of primary tumor, while TIS is stand for intratubular germ cell neoplasia. And according to new WHO classification, it is also said to be the germ cell carcinoma in situ, in which the atypical cells are present with intact basement membrane. Okay, we will discuss later on. T1 stands for when the tumor is limited to the testes without vascular invasion. T2 stands for tumor is limited to the testes or epididymis with vascular invasion. T3 with spermatic cord involvement, and T4 is with the invasion into the scrotum. Okay, T1 is with testicular involvement without vascular invasion. T2 is with vascular invasion. T3 is involvement of the spermatic cord, and T4 is involvement invade the scrotum. So now we will discuss one by one. First of all, the testicular I repeat again, the testicular neoplasm is divided into two, the germ cells and the non-germ cells. The germ cells are divided into two groups, the seminomatous and non-seminomatous. Okay, so now we will discuss about the seminoma. The seminoma is the most commonest variety of the testicular tumor. Usually seen in an adult population, never seen in infants. Patient presented with a painless testicular mass. Okay. 30% have a metastasis at presentation, but only 3% have symptoms related to the metastasis. So the gross and microscopic features of seminoma is very, very important. You must know about it. Because my dear student, the question may come that a patient presented with a testicular mass and the gross features shows there is a homogeneous gray white cut surface with no areas of necrosis. So you must think about the seminoma. Okay, the question may, the scenario may come by the gross features or by microscopic features, or anyone can ask in your viva about the gross and microscopic features. So the grossly, the seminoma show a homogeneous gray white cut surface with no areas of necrosis or hemorrhage. And microscopically, it shows a relatively uniform cell with abundant clear cytoplasm, well-defined cell border, and there is associated lymphocytic infiltration and frequently a granulomatous reaction. I will show you the picture. As you can appreciate it that this is a gross image of a testis involved by seminoma. It shows a grayish white homogeneous cut surface with no areas of necrosis and no areas of hemorrhage. And this is a microscopic image of seminoma. You must keep in your mind this picture. This picture is also in your book, Robin, and this picture can become in your OSPE. You must know about the morphological features. The features are the tumors are present in a sheets and separated by a fibrous septa. As beta as you can appreciate it that these are the fibrous septas. Okay, we divide the tumor into a different lobule. एक sheet है, उसमें fibrous septas पड़े. ठीक है? These are the pink are the fibrous septas. I will show this. Okay, these are the fibrous septa, and in the fibrous septa there is a lymphocytic infiltration. छोटे 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 ये जो blue है, these are the lymphocytic infiltration. Okay, these are present in the seminoma. So microscopically, if anyone can ask what about the microscopic features, or the question may arise in a scenario that a tumor shows a polyhedral, or a clear cytoplasm with sheets and showing many fibrous septa divided into lobules, and there is a lymphocytic infiltration. And sometimes there are tumor lymphocytic infiltration, and it may show a granulomatous type of reaction. These are a feature of a typical or a classical seminoma. So, pure seminoma never secrete the AFP, while 5 to 10% secrete the HCG, usually the classic type. Beta, you must know about the classification of a seminoma. Seminoma, 3 types: classical type, anaplastic type, and the spermatocytic type. How many types? 3. Classical, anaplastic, and spermatocytic. Okay. The classical type shows a classical features of classical features of seminoma, as I already told you. There it is seen in adult patient, the gross is like this, or microscopic features. The anaplastic shows are anaplastic cells, large cells, bizarre cells, while the spermatocytic type having a different feature, which I will tell you later. The immunohistochemistry, the seminoma shows positivity of PLAP, placental alkaline phosphatase, the D240 enzyme, IHC, OCT4, and c-KIT, which we also call CD117. Means if anyone asks what are the positive immunohistochemical markers of seminoma, you must know about these IHC's markers. Okay, and these IHC markers can be given in any scenario. Okay, about that tumor shows a positivity of OCT4 along with c-KIT. So these markers mostly seen in seminoma. Now, the spermatocytic tumor. Previously, it was called as spermatocytic seminoma, but now, according to new WHO, it is said to be a spermatocytic tumor because there is a very good prognosis. 3 population of cell beta, 3 population of cells are a pathognomic feature of spermatocytic tumor. If anyone says that 3 population of cells, small cells, medium cells, or large cells, seen in a tumor, then you must keep in your mind that it is a spermatocytic tumor. having a low metastatic potential, so good prognosis. Mostly seen in an older patient. When in a scenario there is an old patient, then always think about somatocytic tumor. It is not always, but mostly it मतलब ये somatocytic tumor हो सकता है, okay? Because जो seminoma it is mostly seen in a young adult. Okay, 6% are bilateral, comparative to 2% of classic seminoma, and there is the absence of a intratubular germ cell neoplasia, undetermined type. Absence of a lymphocytic and granulomatous reaction. ठीक है बेटा? If the scenario shows there is a lymphocytic and granulomatous reaction, then it means it is seminoma. If there is absence of a lymphocytic and granulomatous reaction along with three types of cell population, then it is spermatocytic tumor. Okay, and these spermatocytic tumor are plaque or core and D240 immunohistochemical stains are negative. So, seminoma may be confused with malignant lymphoma on the basis of morphologically, but we can differentiate it on the basis of growth pattern. That seminoma shows a nodular pattern, the presence of intratubular germ cell neoplasia, and we perform the IHC. Okay. Now, the non-seminomatous germ cell tumors include embryonal tumor. The peak age of incidence of embryonal tumor is 25 to 35 years, and it may secrete both AFP and beta HCG. Metastatic deposits usually contain teratoma, 80%, epithelioid cells in glands or tubules with pale cytoplasm, prominent nucleoli, and giant cells. Means जो बहुत खौफनाक सा गंदा सा दिखता है, it is a embryonal tumor. Embryonal tumor having a prominent nucleoli, pale cytoplasm, epithelioid look, presence of necrosis. These all are features of embryonal tumor. As you can appreciate it, cells that these cells having a prominent nucleoli. Okay, these cells having a prominent nucleoli, and these are arranged in a tubules, in a gland, and epithelioid cells, abundant pale cytoplasm. Now the choriocarcinoma, the worst prognosis of all testicular tumor. Very, very high grade germ cell tumor. The peak age is 20 to 30 years. The worst prognosis of all testis tumor. Hematogenous spread seen. Always secrete beta HCG in a very large quantity. Okay, means a large amount of beta HCG seen, and there is a central hemorrhage in sensatotrophoblast and cytotrophoblast. So, my dear student, the word sensatio and cytotrophoblast, along with areas of hemorrhage, are specific for the choriocarcinoma. Okay, keep in your mind, whenever there is any scenario with a large amount of beta HCG, sensatotrophoblast, cytotrophoblast, hemorrhage. So you must think about the choriocarcinoma. As you can appreciate it that these are the large cells, multinucleated cells. These are the sensatio cells, cytotrophoblast. Okay. Now the yolk sac tumor. Beta yolk sac tumor are of two types, the pre-pubertal type and the post-pubertal type. Okay, means ये वो tumor है जो कि pre-pubertal infants में भी देखा जा सकता है. So the peak age in infants and children, pre-pubertal type is more common than the post-pubertal type. It may also spread hematogeneously. It secretes AFP, epithelial-like cells arranged in a glands with vacuolated cytoplasm. In a yolk sac, we see a Schiller dual bodies. In a Schiller dual bodies, there is a capillaries surrounded by a cyto and sensatotrophoblast, and there is a presence of intracytoplasmic globules. So you can appreciate it that this is an image of a Schiller dual bodies with central capillaries surrounded by a cyto and sensatotropoblastic cells. So the key points of yolk sac tumor: infants, young age, okay, it may be pre-pubertal most commonly, or it can be post-pubertal. Schiller dual bodies, hyaline globules, okay, intracytoplasmic globules, okay, and then there is a AFP level raised. These all are features of yolk sac tumor. Anyone can ask about the features of a yolk sac tumor. So teratoma. It's a very, very important teratoma. It may ask in your viva, it may ask your OSCE. Okay, teratoma, what is the definition of teratoma? What are the, you have to prepare teratoma in a way that what is the definition of teratoma? What are the types of teratoma? And what are the features of teratoma? So, my dear students, the teratoma contains the all three germ cell layers. Okay, the tumors is derived from all three germ cells layer: ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. And there are two types: the mature teratoma and immature teratoma. The mature teratoma shows all the derivative in a mature form, while immature teratoma shows the immature cells, especially a neuroectodermal cells. Okay, for immature teratoma, there must be a neuroectodermal cells, neuroepithelial cells. But अच्छा, एक और बात, the mature teratoma is considered as a benign because it has no metastatic potential, and immature teratoma is considered as a malignant. ठीक है? But in a male, the teratoma in a post-pubertal state is always considered as a malignant. Clear? Teratoma derived from three germ cell layer: ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. Okay. Types: mature and immature. Difference: mature containing the mature derivative elements and the immature containing the immature neuroectodermal elements. Okay, beta. And so as you can appreciate, अच्छा इसके अंदर आपको ectoderm की derivative like hairs, nails, teeth सब मिलेंगे. Mesoderm के muscles वगैरह में सब all things. Endoderm में आपको सब GIT, epithelium, all things. So it mostly seen in 25 to 35 years. Poor response to chemotherapy. Pure forms should not secrete AFP and beta-HCG. It can arise from malignant transformation after chemotherapy of non-terminatal germ cell tumor. It contains all three germ cell layers in the mature form and is undifferentiated in immature form. Okay, as you can appreciate it, that these are the cartilage, these are the glands, these are the these are also glandular epithelium. So all these things can be seen. You can see the, you can also, you can see the gross pictures of teratoma. Teratoma shows hairs, cartilage. Now the intratubular germ cell neoplasia. Intratubular germ cell neoplasia is actually a germ cell carcinoma in situ, and it shows atypical cells with intact basement membrane. And intratubular germ cell neoplasia is associated with the development of the testicular tumor, except three tumor. Anyone can be asked, tell me the name, tell me the names of a tumor which are not arises from the intratubular germ cell neoplasia. So you must know. Spermatocytic seminoma or spermatocytic tumor is not arises from the intratubular germ cell neoplasia, and the prepubertal yolk sac tumor and prepubertal teratoma, मतलब children's के अंदर जो है वो, and the seminoma spermatocytic type, spermatocytic tumor is not associated with the intratubular germ cell neoplasia. Testicular germ cell tumor in adults and adolescents are associated with the intratubular germ cell neoplasia undetermined type. This association is strong and specific. In adults and adolescents, it is practically always present in tissues surrounding a testicular germ cell tumor. Means beta, when we found a focus of intratubular germ cell neoplasia, then there is more chances that we find a tumor in the periphery. Exception is the spermatocytic seminoma or spermatocytic tumor, and in children, the rare association with the germ cell tumor, like prepubertal yolk sac tumor and prepubertal teratoma, is usually not associated with the intratubular germ cell neoplasia or germ cell carcinoma in situ. Now we are starting a non-germ cell tumor, which we call a sex-cord stromal tumor. It includes Leydig cells. The Leydig cells are 1 to 3% of all testicular tumors. Bimodal age distribution, and age is about 5 to 9 and 25 to 35 years. Bilaterality is seen in 5 to 10%. and there is no association with cryptorchidism, because there is association of cryptorchidism with the germ cell tumor. Okay, these are the non-germ cell tumor. In a prepubertal children may present with the virilization and elevated urinary 17 ketosteroid level. Adults are usually asymptomatic. 25% may show a gynecomastia. So beta Leydig cell tumor are the sex chordostromal tumor. These are the non-germ cell tumor. These constitute about 1 to 3%. Okay, bimodal age distribution is seen. Bilaterality can be seen. It is associated with increased level of androgen and estrogen. So in a prepubertal male, it is associated with the virilization. Okay, and in adult, it may be asymptomatic. Morphologically, there is a solid sheets of the cells with oval nuclei, and there may be a runky crystals. These are the fusiform shaped cytoplasmic inclusions, are pathognomic of Leydig cell tumor, but these are very rare. Now the Sertoli cell tumor. The Sertoli cell tumor are less than 1% of all testicular tumor. Bimodal age distribution, and it is mostly seen in less than 1 year of age, or it can be seen in 20 to 45 years of age. 10% of lesions are malignant. Otherwise, the 90% of Sertoli cells are benign. Virilization seen in children and gynecomastia in adults. This tumor is associated with the increased level of androgen and estrogen. Okay, beta. Means अगर आपके scenario में whenever there is a word gynecomastia or virilization is used, then think about the sex chordostromal tumor before then the germ cell tumor. Okay. Now the gonadoblastoma. The 0.5% of testicular tumor comprising of gonadoblastoma among all the testicular neoplasm. It's seen in patients with a gonadal dysgenesis. 4 to 5% patients are phenotypically female with streak gonads. ठीक है, अच्छा इसमें क्या होता है कि they looks like a female. These patients are physically a female, but they have a streak gonads. They have a male testes, okay, atrophic testes, and it is associated, and the treatment is radical orchiectomy. So today we know about the in a male genital tract, the testicular neoplasms are very important. Okay, beta. In a testicular neoplasm, we must know about the classification. I'm repeating again and again. You must know about the testicular classification. The testicular neoplasm are divided into two: germ cells and non-germ cells. The germ cells are divided into two: seminomator and non-seminomatous, and these are divided into two on the basis of their prognosis, on the basis of their origin. Okay, and the seminomatous include classic seminoma, anaplastic seminoma, and spermatocytic tumor, and the non-seminomatous embryonal, York sac, choriocarcinoma, mixed tumor, teratoma. Okay, beta. Always, always must remember the most commonest thing, like Schiller dual body is associated with York sac tumor. Hyaline globules are associated with York sac tumor. A raised AFP is associated with York sac tumor. In infants, most of the testicular tumors are York sac tumor. So the tumor that is arises from three germ cell layer, teratoma. Types of teratoma are mature and immature. The difference between mature and immature teratoma, the mature teratoma shows the derivative arises from the mature, all three derivatives shows the maturity. But in immature teratoma, there you may see an immature element, especially the neuroectoderma, neuroblast cells. Okay, then three cell population. Okay, old age, absence of lymphocytic infiltration, absence of granulomatous reaction. These all are features of spermatocytic tumor. Okay, present of lymphocytic infiltration, present of granulomatous reaction, fibrous septa with lymphocytic infiltration, large cell. These all are features of seminoma. Okay, necrosis, large cells, atypical nuclei, prominent nucleoli. These are features of embryonal tumor. Okay, and hemorrhage, cytotrophoblast, syncytiotrophoblasts, multinucleated cells, and very large amount of increased large amount of beta HCG. These are a feature of choriocarcinoma. The non-germ cell tumors, I repeat again and again, these include Leydig cell tumor, which these are also said to be a sex cordystroma tumor. Leydig cell tumor, Sertoli cell tumor, gonadoblastoma. Gynecomastia is mostly associated with the Leydig cell tumor, Sertoli cell tumor, because these tumors show increased level of androgen. These secrete androgen or estrogen. Okay, and the Röntgen crystals are features of Leydig cell tumor. Okay, beta. Now the you must know about beta cryptorchidism. As far as this is all about the neoplastic lesion of testes. As far as the non-neoplastic lesion of testes are concerned, these non-neoplastic lesions include the congenital lesions like cryptorchidism or or inflammatory condition which we call the orchitis. Okay, beta, in orchitis there is inflammation of a testes. It may be acute orchitis, chronic orchitis, granulomatous orchitis, mumps orchitis, tuberculous inflammation, granulomatous inflammation. Okay, you must keep in your mind that inflammation of testes is said to be orchitis. Orchitis may be the mumps orchitis, syphilitic orchitis, tuberculous orchitis, granulomatous orchitis. Okay, granulomatous में आपका fungus की वजह से हो सकती है. And you must know about the cryptorchidism. Beta, question may arise in your OSCE, may arise in your XP. What is cryptorchidism? Anyone can ask. What is cryptorchidism? What are the morphological features of cryptorchidism? Okay, you must know about these morphological features that cryptorchidism is associated grossly atrophy of the testes and microscopically there is a thickening, hyalinized thickening basement membrane and there is absence of a spermatogenesis. Mature spermatozoa are absent in cryptorchidism in a postpubertal male. Okay, definition as is very important. So unmute करिए, unmute कर दे. You have to prepare your testicular you have to prepare your topic of testis in such a way.
सबको नहीं करना, मैं जनरल एड्रेस कैसे रखूं?
अच्छा. Anyone have any query? Can be asked. If anyone has any query, and then he or she can be asked. Okay, beta. Thank you so much.